Squadbusters just dropped a teaser for an update that they're going to discuss on Saturday. I assume this is their continuation of the squad talk, but we're going to watch this thing from start to finish. I'll comment very little from the first watch through. Then we'll go step by step and talk about every single thing that was revealed. And actually, this is a very creative way of sharing a lot of information about how Supercell is feeling, which you can see exactly in Paula's face as she looks at this reroll die. So let's start from top to bottom and see what we think of this. All right, the log and the reroll die go on the shelf. There's a few things we don't recognize here, by the way. Keys. See ya. Megas. Look at that face. I guess we have to keep them for now. ... Oh, that's a big spoiler right there. We'll get to it in a second. Reroll dice. GG's, everybody. Miner hat. So what the heck did we just watch? We'll go step by step and break it down because basically they're showing, I think, the developers' feelings about some of the different things that are in the game. They're also showcasing things that are probably on their way to the game. And let's go step by step here. She's holding a barbarian. What does she do with it? Onto the shelf it goes, along with the reroll dice, by the way, which what they're doing here is they're signaling, we thought reroll dice would be pretty cool. And later they're going to throw them away, which is like, this probably didn't work out. We'll keep going here. So now she's added two things onto the shelf that we haven't seen before. There are these tickets that I don't know exactly what those are for, but they've got a different design than the chess tickets we have today. And also gems are on the shelf, so I think those are here to stay. Now, this all happens very quickly, but all the way on the right, it looks like an archer on top of a truck is put into the shelf. So maybe archer on its way to Squadbusters? ? I played only a little bit of Clash Royale back in the day, which is relevant to the minor reveal at the end. But we already have the Archer Queen. Some regular archers would be super reasonable to get as a new unit, but it hasn't been teased yet. Not anywhere else anyways. But I don't think that these are just random things being thrown on the shelf. I think every single thing here has purpose, including that log. So spells on the shelf, I think they believe spells are good. And I would say, yes, they are. So this is the part where they look at the keys and she's kind of cringing at the keys. I'm yes, keys almost certainly just need to be removed from Squadbusters, which she throws away, which probably will be on the thumbnail that are they removing keys? Because if yes, I think it would be very good for the game. Look, my perspective on keys is that it is within match pay to win. Not even I have built something towards my collection that lives with me forever, but within match disappears forever after using consumables that you buy. I think that is a fat L, personally. Like I said, I played a little bit of Clash Royale, and my experience of that is that within match pay to win is have they, over the entirety of the time it's been around, have they ever done that? I assume not, right? And yes, you can get better cards, but that's preparation for the match. That's collection, not just literally throwing your money at the W, which is what keys represent. So she throws those away, and I think that is a good sign. Now, this could just be a reaction where she's thinking this is what players think, and we've heard your feedback, but I hope the announcement on Saturday is we're getting rid of keys. And then the big sigh when looking at the megas. Dude. So the thing about the megas is that they are super imbalanced in baby battles, and pretty much everywhere else they are frustrating too. It's amazing to get a mega when you took a fight early and want to get back into the match, but it sucks to be the person actively engaged in combat with somebody. They get a mega and now you're dead, even though you were skillfully executing a bust against somebody's squad. I have had that happen more times than I've gotten a mega to save me. So I don't know what the answer is, but importantly, these both make it onto the shelf. So to me, that signals keys are out, probably rerolls are out, but megas end up staying, and they got to figure out what to do with them. And from a flavor perspective, I think megas adds something interesting to the game, but I agree that megas are completely imbalanced with all the other units in the game, hence the name mega compared to a regular unit. And I don't know what they do. Even as a comeback mechanic, it's kind of rough, honestly. And the power level difference between the dragon chicken and the magical Shelly is like so astronomical. It's like really, really, really rough. So at this point, a couple more things have gone onto the shelf. Nita's bear is here. We've got El Primo and the chicken, which like all are doing the things they're supposed to be doing. And then the chests you open. All of that is like working great. And they're kind of signaling, here's the things that are going all right. And they're throwing away the things that aren't. Or reacting with like a serious face. Like, what do we do with this? Now, this next part, I want you to listen really carefully because she looks into the basket and Full Frontage figured this out. Credit to him where credit is due. And I saw this in his video and I was like, oh, GG. She's going to look into the basket and you're going to hear the sound effect from Brawl Stars for Leon. So Leon is definitely on his way to Squad Busters. We've seen this in the kitchen table reveal. I'll try to find the picture of that where Poco and Leon were there, but they're still not in game yet. And just listen to this sound effect. You'll see exactly what I mean. So there it was. Like, it's very brief. She looks in the basket. The dude is invisible. That's the idea. So like, he's on the shelf somewhere. You don't know where, but he's almost certainly on his way in game. Also, look at this new type of chest. Probably some sort of new chest that we're going to be opening. What's inside of it? Who knows, right? But that's probably something they'll talk about on Saturday. And that face as she throws the reroll dice. You know, look, my perspective on reroll dice is they add an element of skill, but it is a pay-to-win consumable. If everybody had some number of rerolls every single match, I think that could be cool. I wouldn't throw the baby out with the bathwater on the reroll dice. I definitely think there is something to reroll dice. Like, if every match you got 3, reasonable. Like, if it just needs to be competitive, right? And I think a part of maybe what was the big confusion for Supercell with this game and the mismatch between player expectations and perhaps developer expectations, and I'm just guessing because, right, the developers almost certainly have good intentions when they put keys and rerolls into the game. But I think developers genuinely expected, I don't know why, that we would be like super okay with these things and they would make the game more fun. And this was a casual game, not a competitive game. But everybody takes the game more seriously than perhaps they were expecting. And if you take the game seriously, then like keys are obviously a huge advantage that are a fat L if you aren't using them. So yes, you can still win without them. And I would say arguably now it is easier than it was before to get those wins because I think fewer and fewer people have been playing. Certainly fewer and fewer people watch my YouTube videos. So this is a really important topic here we can cover, but like my YouTube viewership is back to the point before the game had even launched. I just want to put that out there for perspective. So the viewership I'm getting is about the same as when the game had soft launched, but had not launched globally yet. So what I'm trying to say is like, views are down. Interest, if viewership is a representation of interest is probably down. And like the developers have got to figure out like, hey, what do we do to elevate this game to bring it back to the level of popularity we were expecting? And obviously the pay to win is one of the first things you've got to look at. But I would argue that's not even the biggest problem for Squad Busters right now. I will argue undeniably the biggest problem is the lack of community within the game. The only community we have within the game is Pinata Party. It's pretty much it. Technically, you can add friends, but there needs to be clans. The clan system is absolutely critical. There needs to be meaning beyond yourself to continue to play the game. Because when people play a game a lot, it is almost like an alternate reality that they're stepping into. And an alternate reality by yourself is a lot more lonely than an alternate reality where you've made lots of friends, where you hang out with them on the regular. And like, I would know. I've played a lot of games, and this is the only mobile game I am playing that doesn't have a clan system, and it's the only mobile game I have played in as many years as I can. Like, literally, I cannot think of a mobile game I played without a clan system. This is it. This is the literal only one. Yeah, that is the thing that would change Squad Busters forever. Community-based systems and reasons to play together as a community would change everything. And then there's the minor hat reveal at the end, and she's super happy about this. So I don't know if we're getting a minor, but I mean, Miner's got to be like one of the more iconic old school Clash Royale units, right? Like, it goes where you want to go, it pops up and it starts hitting stuff. Very cool. Also, if we go back to the Leon reveal for just a second, Leon is invisible. And are they implying that invisibility is a thing that would come to Squad Busters? Because that would be disgusting. Like, can you imagine if Leon gave a consumable that temporarily made you invisible? That would be absolutely insane. That would be insane. Even like 5 to 10 seconds of invisibility would be completely disgusting. And then the way that would work is, of course, the moment you attack anything, you are revealed from stealth. So maybe you would like need to remove the item to go out of invisibility. I don't know, man. He's probably got a different kit because invisibility, that's a lot, man. I'm not saying it couldn't be done in a way that would be cool. I'm just saying that is very, very, very game changing. So tune in, subscribe if you haven't already. We'll cover this all on Saturday to see what the heck's going on. I am hopeful that the game picks up because at the end of the day, like I said, when I look at my YouTube viewership, I think it's generally a good reflection of like, how is the game doing? And it's not just my viewership. I look at other YouTubers and we're all seeing the same very, very, very meaningful dip in our viewership. I mean, look, you can't expect to have the same viewership you had when the game launched, but you sort of expect that at some point your viewership hits a point of stability. And for me, and I think what I'm observing in others' channels, and I keep an eye on this stuff, like it's just going down, man. It's just continuously going down, slowly and steadily. When there's an update, there's obviously a lot of attention and people want to see it. So subscribe. We'll see what happens here. And I think the developers are seeing that, like, okay, we need some big changes here, but nothing crazy was teased here, really. Like, unless maybe this is like a clan chest, right? Like, that community is what's, in my opinion, changes the trajectory of this game. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. How hyped are you about removing keys? I think it's pretty legit. And if you weren't sure exactly how transformative keys are, look at this video. This is the first time where I actually use keys, and you can see it is pretty life-changing. Check out the video right over there. Enjoy.